testicles, 1, 2, testicles, 1, 2. How's everybody doing? Right on. Let's have a round of applause for Improv with Marcus, putting on together the two-play. Welcome. I'm your default comedian / host for the evening. My name is Mean Dave. If you haven't looked at the program, I am the one displayed in the very top, first page of the program. You might recognize me from things like absolutely nothing at all. And because I'm an aspiring comedian, sir. Aspiring comedians, based on your expression, we clearly are the Jehovah's Witnesses of entertainment. Our jokes go knock knock, and the audience is like, no one's answering the goddamn door, sir. And I get that. It's all right. It's all right. I hope that you guys. You know what's funny about this type of show? I hosted this about 3 months ago, and I was like, man, time has flown, and I'm already here. Second time being back here to host this show. And I really noticed something different about this show because this is primarily improvisers, and I mostly go out there and do shows in the world of aspiring stand-up comedy. And I've learned a significant difference between people who do improv and people who do stand-up, and that's people who do improv are happy people. Happy fucking people, and they like each other. I don't get that at all. It's a very different. It's weird. It's like if you grew up in a house of abuse, and you got to go over to your friend's house, and you're like, what's all this dinner at the table with the family? And you guys are saying things that are friendly and inviting. I don't understand that at all. No, I come from a world where if we say those things, we definitely don't mean them. And we only shake hands because we have to. That's but and that's why I enjoyed hosting this show, because I get to be a part of a different experience, and I get to witness something that I don't see very often, which is improv. Because I do a lot of stand-up comedy in dive bars, laundromats, swimming pool sides, that kind of thing. That's what I do in comedy at this level. One of my favorite places I've ever performed at was in Sunnyvale at a pizza restaurant called Pizza Depot. If you've never been there, check it out. It's a pizza restaurant with a classic railroad theme that is owned by a Chinese man. Some of you might know your history. I hear some groaning. You're keeping up with it. If you don't understand why they're groaning or why that might be odd, it would be sort of like a black-owned pizza place called Plantation Pizza. How's that? That's right. You're keeping up with it? Yeah. Or a Mexican-owned pizza place called Home Depot Pizza. That's right. If we're not following the exploitation theme, it would sort of be like a Native American-owned pizza place called, you guessed it, United States of America Pizza. That's right. Or you can purchase a large pizza, and with your pizza you get a free 2-liter and entitlement to ownership of the restaurant. If you're a white dude, you can own that bitch. So there you go. Don't worry, we'll get to the improv soon. Yes, I think that's why Marcus likes having a stand-up comic here, just to set the bar low. Just because stand-up comedy is always hit and miss with people sometimes these days. I don't put it on a pedestal. That's why I go to the movies. I just saw a movie the other day. It was The Free State of Jones, and I thought that movie definitely should have been free. It was not worth the price of admission. I mostly went because my buddy from recovery. I'm 2.5 years clean and sober. Clap it the fuck up for me. I always demand that applause because it's been a boring 2.5 fucking years. Why else would I go see the movie Free State of Jones? It's like Django Unchained without all the fun. That's why those movies are heavy-handed. I know how slavery went. I just didn't know if you threw, Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused in the picture as the hero. It really made it. It was just weird watching it with him because I kept thinking about him in Dazed and Confused. And that's kind of his presence, like, hey, you slaves, are you free? No. Be a lot cooler if you were. So, and he's like, he ends up, because he has a first wife, has a kid, that marriage goes, or she just walks away or something. I don't know what happened. Next thing you know, because Matthew McConaughey's the cool white dude from the South, he sees black people as equals, and he takes on a former slave as his next wife, but that he couldn't marry because she was black. And all I kept thinking was that horrible line in Days of Confused is, "That's the thing I like about these slaves, man. I get older, they stay the same age." And it was just, yeah, exactly. That's exactly. I don't always do comedy for laughs. Sometimes I do it for the thoughtful peace and quiet after that. I want to thank you for judging me on that one. Right on. Again, my name is Mean Dave. As you can tell, I'm not that mean. That's because, again, 12-step program now. I'm in recovery. Mean Dave is just a nickname from when I was wasted all the time, but it takes on it's a nickname. It's short for Meaningful David. You don't find me mean enough now or whatever. I'm trying to work a 12-step program and be charming and shit. There was another creature people thought was charming on this planet at one point, killer whales. Everybody remembers them back in the 80s and 90s when it was cool to go to the water park. We used to let them kiss kids, spit water on our families, spit on us whale, They would jump up and splash, launch their trainers in the air. It was a big old show. Everybody looked happy. It was like an improv show, all right? It was working together, kind of. Then a documentary came out a few years ago called Blackfish. And in that documentary, we all learned that these killer whales have been quietly and secretly murdering white people behind the scenes the entire time. And to me, I was always saying, just, maybe if we had some kind of warning to learn that these animals were dangerous. Maybe we should have named them something. I don't know. Maybe a name like Killer Fucking Whale should have been an indication to leave them alone in the ocean. See, and this is where my mean streak comes in. I'm the type of person that watches that movie because I root for the whales every time. So for me, it's a happy ending. It's I'm like, drag that bitch back to the bottom of the tank, Shamu. I don't like the look on her face either. She deserves to die. So, that one's for me, so. I'm not, one of these things about today, I don't know, there's been a lot of chaos going on in the world lately, so it's good to come out, let's be glad that we're, no one's shooting us right now, and that we're not in a protest that's blocking us from traffic. We're safe in a place in San Francisco that could go at any time from an earthquake. Just be glad that we're in a good little spot out here. Because I gotta tell you, I don't always feel so safe now. 6 years ago, I started doing stand-up comedy, which means six years ago, I moved back to my parents' house, and so I'm not homeless. All right, so everybody always likes to assume that I'm homeless. Just having long hair and a beard just assume you're homeless and some shit. They assume. I'm not Jesus, I'm not Charles Manson, I'm not Rasputin, I'm not the guitar player from Soundgarden or the bass player of Metallica, I'm not the actor Jimmy Smits with long hair and a beard, I'm not Osama bin Laden's courier in the movie Zero Dark 30. I am neither a Mexican Russell Brand, a Mexican Allman Brother, a Mexican Rob Zombie. I just learned the other day I'm not Mexican Steve Aoki, whoever the fuck that is. And I don't smoke weed anymore, so I'm no longer the zigzag guy. So you can make a lot of assumptions based on your appearances, and that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I moved back home there, and I just this past week, after 6 years of living there, 3 while wasted, 2.5 while getting clean and sober, I moved out. And so now I moved out of my parents' house, and now I pay money to live in a house with somebody else's parents. I fucking hate America. I don't get how that works at all. Europe, they get to live with families all the time. I don't know. But and also, if anybody was here at the last show, how many people were here at the last show? How many? I don't want to say the last show. How many people saw me 3 months ago? You might remember I worked at a place out here, Small Foods. I was talking about my own. I don't work there anymore. Now I got a new job. See, before I made sandwiches. Okay, this doesn't hosting comedy, hosting improv shows for free doesn't pay the bills, folks. And so I had to make sandwiches beforehand for 2 years. Some of the best sandwiches in San Francisco for some of the worst goddamn people in the financial district. You can still find it. Small Foods, 522 2nd Street. Rob them. And I end up now, I got a new job. I now make fast food chicken and waffles at New Park Mall in Newark, California. There is a Newark in California. I didn't know either, and I grew up there. I worked there, and the name of this chicken and waffles place is called What the Cluck. That made you laugh, right? It is called What the Cluck, and it's my life is a punchline now. And that's where now I make food. And it's a lot, customers in Newark at a mall are a lot different from customers in San Francisco. In that we have no customers at the mall in Newark. We desperately need business. I'm not going to have a job in another month. That's basically how that works. But it's cool. I was working at the mall. I learned something. If anybody needs oral sex at 9:30 a.m. before the mall opens, all you have to do is go to the men's room at New Park Mall, where a kind man who sits in a stall will offer a blowjob at 9:30 a.m. I didn't know. I was just trying to go to the bathroom. Silly me. I didn't know that. That was the mall I grew up in too. I couldn't believe it when I was just going there trying to take a dump on company time. And here I am. I'm looking at my phone. I heard a conversation between two other people. I thought they were friends, and then somebody left. And then I hear, "Hey, you, hello." And I know I'm the only other person in the bathroom. Like, is he talking to me? He goes, "I'm talking to you." I'm like, "I'm kind of busy right now." And he goes, "You want a blowjob?" I said, "Not right now." Okay, trying to do one. I don't like doing two things at once. Okay? Yeah, plus I got to open up the chicken and waffle stand. Right? What the cluck? Anyway, so that was my morning a couple days or a couple weeks ago. I forget how long ago it is. All time molds into itself. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a philosopher too. So, that being said, I want to thank you guys for being here, and I want to thank you guys for putting up with my hosting set here. You can also catch me on Facebook, add me, first name Mean, last name Dave, anytime. I'm not as fun on Facebook as I used to be, because I used to use Facebook for what it was supposed to be, what it was designed for, to talk shit about your friends in your friends list, and tag those motherfuckers when you post talking shit about them, saying things you would never say to their face. That's what it was designed for. Anybody seen The Social Network? That's how it was invented. That's how it got the idea. Like, I'm gonna bitch about this bitch that fucking don't like me no more. And then thus, he ended up creating Facebook. And that's how it was designed. That's what it was designed for. It's how it should be used. It should actually be called Not to Your Facebook. That's what it should be called. That's what it's for. But yeah, I'm a nice person now. Things have changed. Otherwise, they wouldn't ask me to host this show. I'm a nice person. Don't laugh at that.